This is workshop number 3, and this is a module that I've just added because it's all about adding value and creating personal standards. Initially, when I did module 2, it was created for companies that don't have job descriptions, or the job descriptions are out of date. But a lot of companies have job descriptions, and so if you have a current job description that covers everything that you do, then you want to start on this module and you want to define exactly how you can add value and create personal standards. If you don't have a job description, start there. And then when you've worked through the module to create your job description, you can do this as a little bit extra, like a supplementary module. So the most important thing when you are trying to decide how to add value is to look at everything that you do every day and figure out how you can do it better. Can you do a weekly mind flush? Can you take time at the end of the day to plan for the next day so that you always make sure you're focusing on your number one priorities? How can you be a better team player? How can you get your work done faster? You just need to identify all the different ways that you can add value to your role. If you're not sure, ask your co-workers, hey, what can I do better? Ask your boss what you can do better. Not because you're looking for a pay raise, just because you want to be the best person that has ever done your job. And then when you've got that list of all the different ways that you can add value, prioritize them so that you know the most important to the least important of all the things that you do. Some of them may be weekly tasks, some of them may be monthly, some of them may just be every year. But list them, and there's a template that you can use, and there's some examples in there. When you add your own examples, just delete the ones that are already there as guidance. Then when you've decided how you can add value every day, you can create your personal standards. People associate things with you whether you like it or not. So you may as well get them to associate positive things with you. Do you want to be on time? Do you want to have your work completed to the highest standard? Do you want to be someone who has a can-do attitude, who is always supportive and keeps negative comments to themselves? You get to decide who you want to be. And when you write down those personal standards and post them somewhere where you can see them, it keeps you focused. When you feel like you've got no patience, or you're frustrated, or you're behind on your work, or you've lost sight of your priorities, right in front of you, you will see posted the personal standards that you are aiming for. And there'll be days when you can't make it all happen, but when you've got them posted somewhere and you've decided what you want to be known for, then it just keeps you a little bit more focused. And then the final part would be listing ways that you can demonstrate those personal standards every day. So if you want to be someone who always completes work on time and to a high level, you need to make sure that at certain times of the day, maybe the first 90 minutes or in your power hour, you're focusing on those priority tasks. You could also say, if you know that you want to be someone who always gets their job done, and getting your job done, maybe scheduling technicians, you want to be able to set aside time at a certain time each day so that you can focus on scheduling technicians. And then if you want to be organized and make sure your priorities are all in line, you could schedule time at the end of the day to do a mini mind flush and create your plan for the next day. And then to be able to become this person who adds value and has high personal standards, you may need to make some mindset shifts. And I've listed out a few of those on the template. For example, if you're someone who says, I don't know what to do, or I just don't know, I'm tired, you may need to change your mindset to say, I refuse indecision. I will always figure out what the next best step I can take is. Even if I don't know what the ultimate answer is, I will take one step forward. If you say, if you doubt yourself all the time, you may need to say, I'm going to learn to trust my decisions and take that next positive step forward. You can write out all the mindset shifts that you need to make. For example, I used to tell myself all the time I was indecisive. And as soon as I stopped allowing myself to say, I'm just really indecisive, I realized that I wasn't indecisive. I just didn't like committing to a decision. I'd rather sit in indecision rather than making a decision. So now I had to make the mindset shift that I'm not an indecisive person, that when I take the time to decide what I really want, I can make a very good decisive decision and stick with that decision. So that's what you need to do. Decide the mindset shifts that you need to make. And then at the end of this exercise, you will have decided the way, or defined all the ways that you can add value. You defined your personal standards and how you're going to demonstrate those personal standards every day, and the mindset shifts that you need to make. And when you combine that with having a really good job description that covers exactly what you need to do, then you will become one of the most productive people on your team. There's someone who adds value and becomes an excellent employee.